What's up, everybody? Nolan of Black Diamond Services. I am out at a commercial job. Empty. The best type of commercial jobs are the empty ones, of course. So let's take a quick look. All right, so we got your standard commercial carpet here. Have no idea what this is from. Looks like some random things were sitting here. Maybe a desk was around in this section here, and all the things that were set down obviously left clean spots. I'm hoping that's the case, and that these weren't all spots that were treated and you see just the clean part and the dirty areas left. We will find out. Normal wear, traffic patterns here, looks like, around sections. Don't know what business used to be in here, but yeah, just got to do some vacuuming. You can see debris coming from right inside the door here. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started, go from there. All right, guys, sorry about that. I got an important call I needed to take. So besides the entry here, I can't imagine that I'm going to really pick up much. I guess we'll find out. It's probably just going to be a little bit of dust here and there, and then that bit that's at the entry. I'm going to flip around here and go the opposite direction for my cable until I have to switch it to another outlet. Almost got patterns of where I can stop and go. It's like the last time it got done, it left some streaks or some sort. I don't know if you could tell, but there's a dark spot and then it lightens up, and then over here it comes to another dark spot. So it's almost the stretch of my arm extended out with the vacuum here. So it doesn't look like it was extracted very well, possibly, in the past. Or maybe they didn't pre-agitate and they just rinsed with their pre-treatment. I mean, there could be multiple reasons, but those would be two of the most common. It is making markers for me where I can stop and remember where I left off. And this entryway, we got a bunch of stuff. This door back open. Wind shut the door a little bit ago. Something is Something got lodged. It's making a whistling sound, as you guys probably heard. And that is a little annoying. Alright. A little bit of debris that got stuck. Got rid of it, so that's good. Alright, so another thing I like to do, so I know where I'm left off if you don't have little markers kind of like I see on this carpet, is like that little cover right there. I always will clean up to it and just use that as my line of sight across the room. So now I have to get over here, and then I'm going to have to move my cable, which I don't even know if I'll stretch far enough to get as much as I want to over here. But then I can move my cable over to that one there. So these little things that I do so I don't lose my placement. So if somebody comes by, the owner or whatever, comes, if the owner comes by and asks me a question, of some kind, then I will remember where I left off, and it won't get me missing any spots. So I'll go straight up to that. So now when I finish going this way, I'll know where I left off. Now that I know where my marker is this here, I can start on this side and start working my way back for the other half of this room. So that little tip is just something that I do at commercial jobs, residential jobs, when vacuuming and whatnot. Obviously, it's a lot easier to see where you left off because you're in a vacuum pattern, and in a very rare occurrence that you have a Berber carpet that looks almost like this. That's when you could probably lose your placement. And then I revert back to using outlets or a piece of furniture for where I left off. And then that way I don't lose my spot again. So see, now I ran out of cord at the white, looked like internet cable hookup. So now I'm going to back up and move my way back to the right. Now I'll be left with just a little bit of space on the front side of this building that I need to vacuum. since I maybe did up against the wall. I'll come back and do my next line of vacuuming. Cable, and this is all I got left once I do one more pass going back, because I already vacuumed this up. So I just got to make this last pass back over, and I've cleared it all except for about 30 square feet next to the window, front windows here. And it just looks dusty in there. Didn't really pick up a whole lot. So I'm going to keep this going, guys. Come back to you here shortly. I'll try and video some buffering of the carpet, because it has been a while since I've had a job where I've needed to use the buffer. With everything going on, some of my commercial accounts have came to a halt for now. So I'll be back shortly with that. Alright, here we go. Running the buffer with the red pad, as you can see, for some agitation. So, due to it potentially drying out before I got to it, I am doing half of the room and then the other half. So I sprayed it a decent coat. That way, by the time I got to the last section I sprayed with the buffer, I got some decent dwell time too. Over a section here. Kind of doing 3 sections back and forth at a time, so I can kind of a little easier keep track of where I stopped and where I need to go back over. Jobs like these, ideally if it's enough carpet, it's always good to have a second person with you, and that's just so that way, like, once I get done with a section over here, the second guy can come back through and start rinsing it, you know, and then in the meantime, when I finish buffing this area, I would be able to pre-spray the other section and start buffing it too. And in that way, he wouldn't be too much longer behind me that he would come back and start rinsing the other side. So I'd essentially cut my time in half. You know, if you start getting into a flow process. Kind of going further back than I initially started, but I'm just hitting all the pre-spray spots. I'm actually going to go over this a little bit just because it's right off the entryway. And then go back to where I was. Now once I get to about right here, now I'm going to continue over to the width of this section here and make my way back up to the spot that I haven't buffed yet. This would be a little bit easier if I had both hands, but luckily if you know how to maneuver the buffer, it kind of does most of the work for you if you just know the method, if you've never used one before. When you push a little bit down on the handle here, it actually starts to move to the left, and when you pull up, it will start moving to the right. So in the future, there are different machines you can get. OP machines, oscillating pad machines. That is something I'd like to invest in the future. And so what it basically does is it rotates like this, but it also oscillates, and so it kind of gives you two forms of scrubbing. And it also can have a system that you can spray in front of you for like encapsulation, very low moisture type cleaning. So if you got a commercial account that you maintain, you know, if it's an account like this where I feel like I want to hot water extract first, then if they had me back, you know, when there was a business in here to maintain their traffic areas, I could go ahead and probably go through a very low moisture or encapsulation type cleaning and be able to maintain it. And then once whatever business moved out or whatever, if that happened, then you can come in and do a hot water extraction to get it all nice and clean again for the next business or whatever is going to happen in here. So now that I've agitated this area, I'm going to continue the rest of the pre-sprayed section, which you can see where I stopped. That dark area to the lighter area is non-pre-sprayed. So I'm going to keep this going, but I just wanted to show you guys a bit of the scrubbing with the 175, also known as that, slash buffer. So thank you guys. Alright guys, show you a little bit of rinsing. So I've already done some of it. You can see it's pretty worn out, but it is cleaning. You can see that change there. I'm using some different blends of cleaners to help cut through this, and so far it's doing it. I'm doing double passes, so I'm doing one up, down, and then one up, down. So technically quad passes. And then I'm coming back over and doing a dry stroke, because you can kind of see to the left of my wand where I shifted over. If I don't do a dry pass, I'm going to leave a streak. So really, even if I do it like this, it still kind of leaves a little bit there. So I'm just doing full on 1, 2, 1, 2, back and forth here. Just because I still see a hint coming through on my second back pull on each section. And then of course in the traffic area over to my left where I showed you that was pretty worn, I did extra over there just to be sure that it's not just wear, and if there was still dirt lingering, that I gave it a couple extra passes to see if I could pull more out. And then I post-treated it, or pre-treated it again with some citrus solvent, help break down grease or anything that might have came off the pavement out in the parking lot and got embedded into the carpet. So I think whatever business was in here for a while, now that I've dug into this a little bit, I don't think they had the carpet done very often. So not so bad right up on the edge here. But pretty much the rest of the carpet is almost equally dirty, and then a little more so in the traffic areas. But you can kind of see in the video how me going back over it with a dry pass is getting rid of areas that look a little darker. So that way I don't leave any streaks. That's the other thing you gotta watch for. When you're doing commercial carpet like this, or even Berber carpet, you gotta watch your jets to make sure they're spraying normally. 'Cause if they're not, they'll leave streaks too. So and I have 2 jets on the left and 2 on the right. So I got 4 that I got to pay attention to. Periodically, you can clean them out if something gets stuck in there, and that generally fixes the problem. And then periodically I change them out to new ones anyways, so I stay on top of it before they become a real problem and just don't spray right at all. Over near the bathroom, there's some damage, a line. Somebody drugged something out, maybe when they were emptying the place out, because it left a mark in the carpet. And I was hoping it was just something that got tracked onto the carpet, but when I look at it a little closer, you can kind of tell that something was dragged across it and kind of damaged the carpet in that section. So I tried the citrus solvent, tried a couple other things, multiple passes over each setup to make sure I'm treating it and then neutralizing it, and then trying something else, treating it, then neutralizing it, just to see if it was something that got transferred to the carpet when whatever item was drug over it, and if so, if I can get it out, and then if not, I know it was some permanent damage that was done to the carpet, so I can inform my client of the situation. They're well aware of it, because we walked over in that area by the bathroom when we did the estimate. Bonus of this commercial job is that my van is literally basically right outside the doorway, so I was able to just run one 50-foot vac line to do this whole room, which just means I have higher suction than the average job, since most jobs residential ones, I'm doing 2 hoses, and handful of my commercial ones are 2 or 3 hoses that have to be done. So you can see the difference. I mean, where I haven't touched and where I have. Big change. So just wanted to show you guys some rinsing of this commercial job. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See, my van is literally right out there. There's like a 4.5 foot wide or so concrete slab there, and then the van. So boom, easy setup, love it. So there it is, guys. I'm gonna keep going at this. Thanks for watching, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks again.